things in the Pakistani Twitterati. Another hashtag that's trending right now is Saudi Arabia, and once again really disturbing and kind of one of those things that makes you feel a lot of rage and makes you feel really hopeless as well. So after the oil slump, when oil prices have crashed in Saudi Arabia, thousands of Pakistani workers, briefly let me just recap the news items that people are retweeting along with the Saudi Arabia hashtag. So many Pakistanis have been left destitute, they haven't been paid in months, and many are on the verge of starvation as well. That is actually a word that people have used while retweeting. The situation is that basically the Pakistani migrants working there already, their conditions went unreported and there's nobody they could complain to, you know, if they were mistreated in any way. Well, basically when I think about migrant workers working in conditions in the Middle East, I always think of the word slaves personally. So now the slaves won't even get, you know, a little bit of bread or the water that they were depending on. It is incredibly shameful, especially when you consider that apart from Pakistanis, there were people from other nationalities who were working alongside, who are in the same situation. They haven't been paid and they're destitute and they've been reduced to the, you know, beggar status. And their countries, for instance, India has already rushed to their support with aid, with food, with supplies. The Pakistani government, as people on Twitter are pointing out, they have yet to even take any sort of decision as to what their stance is going to be, leave alone going to their rescue. Absolutely appalling state of affairs. Seriously, shouldn't Pakistanis be, you know, picketing the Saudi embassy? Thousands of Pakistanis pretty much, you know, at the door to starvation at the hands of a very cruel dictatorship kingdom. Okay, so another hashtag that is really burning up Twitter right now, not just in Pakistan but internationally, and this hashtag has been trending for the past 24 hours as well. It's kind of big news, the Amazon Kindle. Well, I have to say personally, after reading a lot of the articles, I can usually get a tech article even though I'm not specifically in the field, but this one was a little confusing for me. Apparently, with the Amazon Kindle has made available in Japan specifically a bunch of periodicals and manga, comics and other kinds of books and publications. Some kind of nominal fee like $10 a month, $10 US, whatever that translates to in Japan. So I'm sure people who are like really big on getting their digital copies and, you know, using their Kindle a lot. I still use, you know, paper and paperback. So anyway, the people who are in the know when this kind of hashtag is trending.
The improved device has the ability to loudly and repeatedly announce the title of the book you're reading so everyone knows how smart you are.
Breakfast of Champions by Kurt Vonnegut. Breakfast of Champions by Kurt Vonnegut. Breakfast of Champions by Kurt Vonnegut.
You know, I wasn't planning on getting a tablet. I love that feeling of paper in your hands as you angle the cover for everyone to see, but this Kindle, just as good.
Heartbreaking Work of Staggering Genius by Dave Eggers.
I've read it before, but I'm reading it again.
So I'm sure that they know what this piece of news really signifies, but you know, I'm just here to report the trend. Okay, so it's kind of hard to understand exactly where the layman stands when it comes to this new development with Amazon Kindle in Japan. You're just going to get big blocks of the Japanese text retweeting the hashtag and then followed by lots and lots of pictures of all the merchandise that marketeers and publishers and, you know, a few fanfics that they think or they recommend the book that you definitely need to download straight away once this news is broken. Well, this hashtag is kind of geared towards more local news in Pakistan, although if you ask me, this should seriously be trending internationally as well. As the hashtag missing children. According to a lot of people who are retweeting this hashtag, there have been a bunch of kidnapping of young children, I suppose minors. Not really sure what age you consider a minor in Pakistan. Anyway, so let's just keep it at 16 or 18. So as of 2015, 700 children have been kidnapped or abducted and there has been no word on their whereabouts. The hashtag missing children is pertaining in this case specifically to Punjab and Sindh. Okay, so a lot of the posters and a lot of the tweets that are talking about this hashtag and retweeting the hashtag missing children, they are kind of addressing people like Shahbaz Sharif or people who, you know, are basically in charge of Punjab, specifically saying, you know, we didn't elect you or nominate you into power to govern over us and then destroy our future. Okay, so some more statistics say that in the past 6 years, there have been over 6,500 children from this region, 6,500 Pakistani minors, children who have been kidnapped and abducted from their homes. When you do the math on it, it comes out to like every day one child is abducted or kidnapped from a Pakistani household in Pakistan.
लाहौर से एक अहम खबर आपको दें, लाहौर में बच्चों के लापता होने का सिलसिला रुक न सका। गड़ी शाहू से 2 बच्चे लापता हो गए।
बिल्कुल ऐसा लग रहा है कि लाहौर की पुलिस जो है वो बिल्कुल बेबस हो चुकी हुई है। लाहौर से लापता और बच्चों के अगवा होने का सिलसिला जो है आए रोज बढ़ता ही जा रहा है।
Well, because as Twitter and people keep mentioning, anybody who's retweeting the hashtag, there hasn't been any noticeable action taken on behalf of the authorities in, to try and find the perpetrators or trying to like bust the ring. So like as I mentioned, I find the images of the children so heartbreaking that even when I wanted to like put them up here and say here's a tweet, I couldn't do it. They are heartbreaking. Not just the fact that children were abducted, Pakistani children, but also that there isn't any sort of security guarantee to the families. And again, a lot of the posters say things like while retweeting hashtag or while talking about missing children in Pakistan, Punjab and Sindh, that region, they say, if one child goes, that still means one household is devastated. So that's the stuff that is trending right now, everything that the Twitter community has been retweeting and sharing the most within the past 24 hours. Let's see how they keep changing in the past 24 hours, what the updates are, and meanwhile, thank you for taking a crown with me, Mombi. For me, it is right now. Bye-bye.